What is the relationship between racism and self-esteem will be the focus of my paper. My introduction. Racism, the independent variable, can be defined as when someone is treated badly because of their race. It can happen at different levels, like between individuals, in institutions, or even bigger, like systematic. According to my research studies, it is also not only about specific behaviors, but also about an individual's awareness and acknowledgement of their actions. Self-esteem, my dependent variable. Self-esteem can be defined as the regard, approval, acceptance, and worth that an individual feels towards themselves formed through the reflection of evaluations from others. Research I did on racism. Point 1 being, racism can have adverse effects on health. Point 2 being, research on racism shows that there are less overt racist expressions made on social media. Research on self-esteem. Point 1 being, playing sports has been found to have a correlation with an individual's self-esteem. Point 2 being, research shows that more frequent Instagram use was associated at a higher level of social comparison that can significantly impact self-esteem. Research collected on the relationship between racism and self-esteem. Point 1 being, collected research studies indicated overall that African Americans could be susceptible to feelings of shame when confronted with racism, which poses a threat to their self-esteem. Point 2 being, research on racism shows even infrequent experiences with discrimination can result in a negative association with self-esteem, significant or not. Methodology. Participants. I would be using 100 adults aged between 18 to 40 years old in Durham, North Carolina that have experienced any form of racism. The participants must identify as Black, Asian, Hispanic, Indigenous, Filipino, or other. Participants would be everyday people in the working class with no education limitations. Recruitment. In order to recruit participants, I would create a flyer. I would then post it on my feed on Instagram. I can also post about it on my story on Instagram and attach a clickable link. I can also run ads and adjust the demographics to help find my desired audience. I will collect information that will confirm participant inquiries fit the requirements. Surveys I would use would be the Rosenberg Self-Esteem Scale and Experiences of Discrimination Scale. Lastly, data collection. In the SurveyMonkey dashboard, I would navigate to the Analyze Results section and export the data. This is where you can access and manage your collected data. Data analysis plan. Descriptive statistics. Mean is the sum of all values divided by the total number of values. Times this by 100. If you have different types of things, categories, you're saying what percentage or part each group makes up of the whole bunch. I would determine the mean, average, self-esteem score for the entire sample by adding up all individual scores and dividing by the total number of participants. Multivariate statistics. Regression examines how a variable is statistically associated with another variable. Conducting a regression analysis can help me quantitatively understand the relationship between self-esteem and racism in my study population. These are my listed references, and this concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.